Hey everyone, and welcome to Drive Steady. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 2021 Porsche Cayenne GTS and Cayenne GTS Coupe. Porsche being one of my more favorite manufacturers, I was genuinely interested and more excited once I found out that Porsche is bringing back the GTS trim level for the Cayenne. It will slot in nicely between the Cayenne S and the Turbo trim levels, but the real selling point of the GTS is the fact that it will once again come with a V8 engine. So let's talk about the most important part of the GTS, that V8. It's a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 making 453 horsepower and 457 foot-pounds of torque. This is practically the same engine that's found in the Panamera GTS. Now, when you compare the GTS Cayenne to the S-level trim, the GTS is up 19 horsepower and 52 pounds-feet of torque. Now, some might scoff at that increase, and yes, it's arguable whether you'll feel the 19 horsepower difference. But the key differentiating factor is that the Cayenne S has a V6 and the GTS has a V8. That glorious sounding V8 is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and as a reminder, the Cayenne does not get the PDK transmission like some of the other Porsches do, such as the 911, the Cayman, and the Boxster. 0 to 60 come in 4.5 seconds. If you spec the optional Sport Chrono, it drops down to 4.2 seconds, and the top speed goes up to 168 miles per hour. I'm assuming from the regulated 155 mile per hour limit most German cars are restricted to. While on the engine topic, let's talk about the exhaust because there's some cool things happening here. The GTS gets a louder sport exhaust system, but if you want something a little bit more over the top, both aesthetically and acoustically, you can opt for a center-mounted setup as a part of the Sport Lightweight package, and Porsche says that this exhaust is even louder compared to the standard GTS setup. Now, the difference in look is the standard GTS gets a quad tailpipe finish, but the center-mounted exhaust gets one very similar looking to the 992 Sport exhaust system with the two oval tips in the center. Take a listen. Some other extra stuff Porsche is sprinkling in as a part of the GTS are standard 21-inch RS Spyder design wheels and really big brakes. 390 millimeters in the front and 358 in the rear, 15.3 inches and 14 inches respectively. On these massive brakes, you get red brake calipers as standard, and of course, if you feel like you need bigger brakes, you can also opt for Porsche's fantastic carbon ceramic brake option. Next, we move to the suspension. The GTS gets 20 millimeters lower and includes Porsche's active suspension management, or better known as PASM, and dampers that are tuned a little differently. Porsche also throws in their Torque Vectoring Plus system as standard. Other things you have options for are air suspension, rear axle steering, and Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control, PDCC. Moving to the exterior, and as I mentioned, the Cayenne GTS comes with standard 21-inch wheels, but also gets other small touches to differentiate it from the lower trim levels. The GTS will receive PDLS LED headlights in the front, and in the rear, the light bar is tinted in a darker color fashion. Furthermore, the front air intakes, side window trim, tailpipes, and the Porsche name and model badging in the back are all blacked out. Moving to the interior, the GTS comes with Alcantara on the roof lining, the seat centers, the armrest and doors, as well as a dark brushed aluminum trim to set it all off. Moving to the seats, they're 8-way standard sports seats, which are exclusive to the Cayenne GTS trim level. They have GTS stitching on the headrests and also offer additional support to hold you tight in your seat when you're cornering. Finally, let's talk about pricing. The regular Cayenne GTS, remember there's two versions, the Coupe and the SUV. The SUV comes in at $108,650, while the Coupe version at $111,850. It's not cheap, but when you consider that this is the cheapest way you can get a V8 in a Porsche, it's not that bad, especially when you look up at the turbo model, which starts at $127,800. Overall, the GTS trim levels are a favorite amongst the Porsche community, and I think the Cayenne GTS is a very compelling argument. Adding the V8 is the real seller for the GTS, and if I was in the market for a Cayenne, I would absolutely opt for the GTS just for the V8 alone. Additionally, the GTS also has some value baked in as well. And what I mean by that is if you were to buy a Cayenne S and add all of the stuff that the GTS gets you as standard, the GTS would come in at a cheaper price tag. Porsche mentions that the Cayenne is going to be available in the summer, which is basically right around the corner, so you don't really have to wait all that long. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the 2021 Porsche Cayenne GTS and Cayenne GTS Coupe. But thank you for watching this video. Until next time, drive steady.